the premium compact car. If that concept means anything to you, then it's the car we look at here, Audi's A3 Sportback, that might well come to mind. True to the brand's Vorsprung durch Technik philosophy, this model has always aimed to set fresh standards in its 4th generation form, and the updated version of that model continues that quest with greater connectivity and a sharper look inside and out. The result is a car that should show you just how far things have recently progressed in this segment. There are no engineering or handling changes to this updated A3. As before, everything about this car is designed to deliver on the concept of a Volkswagen Golf with just a touch more polish, and the driving experience it offers is no exception. If you're an A3 regular or a graduate from a Golf, you'll find that this Audi has even more of the mature drive dynamics you'll be looking for, helped by a fully digital at-the-wheel experience and the optional embellishments of self-driving tech. The core engine options here are familiar for mainstream customers, starting with the 1 litre 3-cylinder 30 TFSI, that's with 116 PS, and a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder 35 TFSI, that's with 150 PS. Those are petrol units. It's the latter that we're trying here. Unlike the rival BMW 1 Series, Audi hasn't yet dumped diesel, so there's still a 35 TDI black pump-fueled version available, also with 150 PS. Another thing that Ingolstadt thinks you might still want is manual transmission, now no longer available with either a 1 Series or an A-Class, though you can only get it with the base 30 TFSI engine. Otherwise, it's Audi's usual 7-speed S-tronic dual-clutch auto gearbox. For a properly electrified A3 though, you've still to look to one that you can plug in. That doesn't mean the availability of an A3 EV, that'll have to wait until the next generation model. Instead, Ingolstadt has borrowed the rival Golf GTE's much improved PHEV setup for its 45 TFSI-E plug-in hybrid model, which now offers an EV range of over 60 miles. The other way to go, if you want a more sophisticated kind of A3, is to look at the sporting Quattro versions, which we've tested separately. The most accessible of these, the 2-litre petrol turbo S3 variant, has actually been changed quite a bit as part of this update, with output 23 PS up to 333 PS, the same as Golf R. So 62 mph now takes just 4.7 seconds. Plus, Audi Sport has added a torque splitter borrowed from the RS3, which allows for fully variable torque distribution between the rear wheels at speed through the bends. For those in search of the ultimate A3, of course, only that RS3 model will do, now with upgraded chassis control and a retuned brake torque vectoring system. Power output of the classic 2.5 litre 5-cylinder turbo unit remains set at a stonking 427 PS, so 62 miles an hour is demolished in just 3.8 seconds, and with the optional dynamic pack fitted, the top speed is 180 miles an hour. Audi's certainly keen to talk about electrification when it comes to this A3, but as with its closest rivals, there's no full EV option, nor can you have the sort of full self-charging hybrid powertrain that rivals like Lexus and Honda can offer in this segment. Instead, this car continues with the relatively ineffectual mild hybrid system, a setup we described to you in our driving section. Just to recap, a BAS belt alternator starter generator powers a 48-volt main electrical setup in which a compact lithium-ion battery in the boot stores energy harvested via a KERS kinetic energy recovery system. It all sounds good, but ultimately makes relatively little difference, even in the Drive Select system's most frugal efficiency mode, delivering a combined cycle return of 54.3 mpg with a CO2 reading of 119 grams per kilometre of CO2. You can't get a more frugal non-plug-in A3 by opting for one fitted with the smallest 3-cylinder 1-litre engine either. But you can do by going old school and choosing the 35 TDI diesel, which can officially return up to 57.6 mpg, but which then lets itself down a bit with its 126 grams per kilometre CO2 emissions figure. The better choice would be the 45 TFSI-E petrol plug-in hybrid with its EV range of around 60 miles, but that's pretty pricey. Audi says this updated version of the 4th generation A3 is more dynamic, more progressive, and more emotional. You decide. As before, there's a choice of either this Sportback hatch or an alternative saloon version. Right, as for the update visual changes, well, as you'd expect from a facelift, most of those are here at the front. Two key things are different here. First, this reprofiled frameless single frame grille, which is now flatter and wider, the upper part with the brand's latest 2-dimensional 4-ring logo blending into a body-coloured surround. The second main difference lies with these larger, more angular side corner air intakes, which ramp up overtaking presence a good few notches. The rear's been changed too, with a reprofiled bumper now featuring vertical corner reflectors. Plus, the taillight graphics have been altered, and there's a more distinctive lower diffuser. So, an evolved exterior, but what's it like inside? This is still the most premium feeling cabin in the segment, but only because Audi has constantly evolved it. These lovely chromed fascia air vents have been restyled. The brand has taken the opportunity to add a wider range of more sustainable trimming and upholstery materials. And there's a redesigned lower center console with a more minimalistic gear selector. If you're buying in at the bottom of the range, you'll also be pleased to find that a higher level of standard equipment comes included, incorporating this classy double-stitched dash top, inductive phone charging, and a considerably improved ambient lighting package, which above base trim now gives you a choice of 30 colours, backlit doors and contour lights around both the centre console and the cup holders. The screen takes better too. An improved Virtual Cockpit Plus instrument screen is standard, and the 10.1-inch central MMI monitor has been updated in various ways, allowing it to be customised with a wider range of applications, including Amazon Alexa. Time to take a seat in the rear. As with most cars in this segment, it's not particularly spacious in the back. A 6-footer can sit behind an equally lanky driver, but it's a fairly snug fit. And as you'd expect from this class of car, 3 across the back here really only works if the people concerned are of school-going age. Finally, let's have a look at the boot, which with the A3 Saloon would be a useful 425 litres, but which in this Sportback hatch is 380 litres in size as it was before. By pioneering the premium compact hatch segment with original versions of this model, Audi has in many ways redefined the meaning of automotive luxury, democratising it without the desirability being diluted. Other brands claim to have done the same, of course, and many have used a few more visual or dynamic fireworks to grab the attention. Ingolstadt, though, doesn't think this A3 needs them, and legions of loyal global buyers seem to agree. Cool, classless, and clever, it remains desirably definitive.